Hawks.
Oh, man.
That's unfair. Reds botting up 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the stop and knocks it down. Malonia is open. Three-pointer. Oh my goodness! He's a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has time. Now it gets started. Rosso turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness!
Ito ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. This is Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League 7th season, and we are back for the second straight week at the Brenzy Giao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. It's your Wednesday triple header dito lang sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino, and part of this triple header is the return of Will Gozum back after a year-long absence from the sidelines after the ACL injury last season. May nagbabalik din MPBL, si Maclean Sabilina, this time suiting up for the Bulacan Kuyas, who are gunning for back-to-back victories as with Marlon Monte also on board. No, nagbabalik din to si Marlon Monte, one of the original players of Bulacan, and they will be in action in our first game. Quezon against Bulacan, mamaya Parañaque against Basilan, and in the main game, South Division contender Binyan takes on the two-time defending champions, Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Magandang hapon po muli mga kaliga, si Dove Tupas kasama si Coach Mike Perez. Magandang hapon din sa mga nanonood sa Facebook, sa YouTube, and we are also live on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And Coach Mike, interesting times here in the MPBL with some of the players returning, particularly Will Gozum. Anong feeling mo magiging impact niya dito sa Quezon na sa kanyang pagbabalik?
Well, I think he's gonna ease in muna dito sa unang pagbabalik niya ng laro, but I'm sure yung mga fans nitong Quezon Huskers would wanna see the Will Gozum that they saw last year before that injury.
Siyempre kasama din natin the third member of our panel, Lyra Punsalan, who has been busy. And siyempre, I think Lyra, you've spoken to Will before this game. Kamusta siya?
Indeed, Sadelf, welcome back. Will the thrill after his long recovery from his ACL injury. He's ready again to suit up for his beloved Quezon Huskers this season. And this time around, sabi niya, mas excited siya dahil it never felt like he left. Dahil sobrang welcoming pa rin ng mga Huskers. Para sa kanya, sobrang inalagaan nila ako. Lalo na si Coach Joseph, pinaka-the best at pinaka-magaling daw na physical therapist sa buong mundo. And if the Huskers team building is any indication, his return is more than just physical, it's family. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And we will hear more from Lyra from the two teams na maglalaro ngayon. No? Ang ating mga laro kagabi, nasa Batangas City kami kagabi, and these are the results from last night. Sarangani winning over Bacolod by 2 points. Mindoro beating Ilagan Isabela 86-77. And in the third game, Batangas City rolling past the Valenzuela City Magic 92-56. So diretso tayo sa ating team standings right now. And North Division, where the Bulacan is number 14 at the moment. They've won two of their last 3 games. No? So umangat na sila over Manila. Pampanga will be in action later on. 11-4 ang kanilang record. So, itong Bulacan, they can, move Marikina with 3 wins in with their win today.
Yes, and I think a lot of the new guys that's coming in, yun rin ang hope, mapaayos ang kanilang record.
And Basilan will be in action mamaya in the second game. 6-8 ang kanilang record. Makakalaban nila yung Parañaque ng 1-13, nasa baba ng ating South Division. Binyan currently at number 5 at the moment. They can leapfrog past Gensan if they upset the Pampanga Giant Lanterns later on. And Quezon still at number 2 in the South Division behind Zamboanga. And ito Quezon Huskers, they've kept their roster, may continuity itong roster nitong Quezon, but also you're seeing right now some of their key additions making an impact this season.
Yeah, very true. And yun ang isa sa mga maganda dito sa Quezon. They have a really good foundation of who they are and the players that they've kept. And in that last game, they really started strong with an 8-0 run against Caloocan, limited Caloocan to just 14 points in the first, led by as much as 28. But yung 3-point shooting talagang impressive dyan. 16 of 38, that's 42%. They did have more assists and turnovers. Boy, just 11 turnovers. And also did good conversions, 19 points of turnovers that they forced on Caloocan.
This is a game na nakikita natin ulit yung pagbabalik ng kamay ni Jodel Fuentes and Coach Eric Gonzalez for sure. And Coach Richie Tixon are happy with the developments dito sa Quezon Huskers, although nakikita natin nagpapalakas ang ibang team. No? Bulacan naman ang pag-usapan natin, Coach, because they are coming off a huge win here last week. They beat Bacolod right on this very floor, no? 69-63 ang panalo na yan. And now, nagdagdag pa sila dito para, to perhaps make a push dun kahit sa papano sa play-in spots muna. Number 7 to number 10.
Oh, napakalaking tulong yan kila Balong Marquez, kila JR Sumido, Indiven Celso. Any new talent that comes in would really be a huge help para dito sa Cuyas. And in that game, they were up 5 at the half. Ganda ng tinakbo nila nung fourth quarter, sustained it and eventually won. Sumido and the Celso led the way with 22 and 20 points respectively. They didn't shoot well from the free throws. They missed 12 of them. Pero yung bench points, plus 19 sila dyan. Yung combined 19 of 30 bench points coming from Marquez, Jomao as well as Bulawan.
And yan po, no? Can Bulacan pull off an upset today? We'll see. Let's go to Richard Tampos for the starters.
Quezon taking on Bulacan. Let's meet the starting five. First, the Quezon Huskers. At guard number 2, Judel Fuentes. Power forward number 5, Simon Santagon. Point guard number 13, LJ Gonzalez. Playing center number 19, JP Sarao. And at forward number 77, Gab Banal. The head coach is Eric Gonzalez. Assistant coaches, Richie Tixon, Ed De La Torre, Luis Nolasco, Jonathan De Guzman, Nash Racela, Bernard De Guia, and Jeric Teng. Team manager, attorney Don Capunan. Team owners, Governor Dr. Helen Tan, Congressman Mike Tan, and Mayor Ralph Lim. Now the starting five for Bulacan, Cuyas. At forward number 32, Jeb Bulawan. Two guard number 24, Gino Humawas. At guard number 17, Marlon Espiritu. Small forward number 18, Marlon Monte. Playing center number 21, Joseph Celso. Bulacan Cuyas is led by Terrence Reyes, assisted by Marte Hill, with the team manager Kendall Velasco. Representing this ball game are Edmar Abis, Jing Tagyam, and EJ Karase, with Mark Roncudo as
Starting five is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Feel more game with 1xBet. Quezon starts with LJ Gonzalez, Judel Fuentes, JP Sarao, Simon Sandagon, and Gab Banal. Bulacan naman will have Marlon Espiritu, Gino Humawas, Joseph Celso, Jeb Bulawan, and the returning Marlon Monte. And referee Edmar Avis is just about ready to begin proceedings here. Kasama niya si Jing Tagyam, MLJ Karase, and Mark Roncudo.
Napaka-importante para dito sa Bulacan. Alam mo naman, very strong start palagi itong Quezon Huskers. So, you want to keep this as close as you can if you're the Bulacan Cuyas. It's a very formidable Quezon Huskers.
2-0 to start, very quick. Ang unang basket para dito sa Quezon Huskers. Marlon Monte. Trying to find Humawas. Tumama sa ulo ni Gabanal. Little collision there. But it leads to a turnover. JP Sarao. The kick out. Jodel Fuentes for 3.
Oh, maganda na naman ang gising ni Jodel. Siguro alam niya yung last record na brinake ni ni Philip.
Oh, it's in his mind for sure. Everyone took notice of what Philip Panyamogan did last week in Nueva Ecija.
That's 15 of 24 attempts for Philip.
That's an offensive foul on Umawas.
Yeah, clearly. Not a good start on the first 2 possessions para dito kay Jumawas. And for the most part, isa sa mga inaasahan itong Bulacan Kuyas eh.
And check out this 3-pointer galing kay Jodel Fuentes. Ang pasa right in his shooting pocket there.
At saka ang challenge.
Fuentes. LJ wide open. Sarao to Gab. Gonzalez on the move. Sandagon, finger roll won't go. Sarao inside, and JP Sarao imposing his will early on.
Patuloy na nagiging workhorse sa ilalim itong si JP Sarao talaga. He can hit you from outside on those slip screens and even offensive rebounding. That's so much yung magagamit mo para dito kay JP Sarao.
JP Sarao, hindi niya tinatago kung anong goal nitong Quezon this season. Umawas gets away with a push and the layup.
Finally a basket after a couple of not so good possessions to start the game para dito kay Jumawas.
Gabanal stroking it home.
Gab really is now trying to find that touch outside, trying to reclaim it actually. He's always had that in this game.
10-2 is the count. 7.5 minutes dito sa ating first quarter. Umawas. Shot clock is down to 6. That's taken away by Jodel Fuentes. And this is my problem here with Bulacan. They call a timeout, but the body language, the way they're moving, they seem to be not ready for this game.
That's right.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme Expa Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke. When you go up against a powerhouse, medyo magpakita ka ng konting gigil.
Game.
Punta muna tayo. Timeout muna tayo. 12-2 lamang ang Quezon. The marksman from Davao, Jodel Fuentes, finished with 22 points against Caloocan. 7 of 9 from beyond the arc. 2 rebounds and 3 assists and 3 steals. And we've been waiting for a while for Jodel Fuentes to rediscover his fiery touch from beyond the arc. It was not there in last season's national finals. Kaya nahirapan din ang Quezon against Pampanga. Sandagon to LJ, corner, 3, late closeout, and he makes them pay with a 3.
So far, for the most part, yung mga tres unchallenged, At kung nga nabanggit mo, the body rhythm does not seem to show that level of, compete para dito sa Kuyas against this very strong Huskers.
15-2. Almost a turnover. Bulawan. Those quick hands. Espiritu for 3. You have to remember when you go up against these teams here, yung mga top tier teams dito sa MPBL, it's not enough that you only show up.
Tsaka yung they are really just moving the ball around. Wala ka nakikitang paint touches, drive and kick. Talagang pasa-pasa lang sa labas. I think they can rotate that defense of the Quezon Huskers, but if they're gonna continue to keep that ball up high, halos nakatayo lang ang depensa ng Huskers.
JP Sarao able to seal Joseph Celso inside. It's an early 13-point lead. Sarao gets that one to roll in. Different team from last season, made for Parañaque, but numbers are pretty much the same. 9.7 points, 4.6 rebounds, and our colleague Lyra Punsalan has something for us.
JP Sarao of the Quezon Huskers shared how the intensity of their recent trainings has been on another level. Focused, competitive, and brotherly. Ang pinaka-focus daw niya ngayon ay ang solid inside presence at ball movement with mental toughness. Dito talaga kami bumabawi. He said what makes it even more fulfilling is the growing bond within the team. Para na kaming magkakapatid, may respeto at hilaan talaga pataas, kaya mas buo kami. That chemistry, according to Sarao, is now translating on the court. Each play backed by trust and shared grit. Back to you guys.
Well, you can't get far if hindi kompleto yung mga ingredients na yan. And those are ingredients for a championship, really.
Yeah, and you know the way that the Quezon Huskers have really formed their foundation. You know, you see everything: culture, skills, you know, attitude. You see all of it from these guys. And the thing is, they're also embraced by the community. Yun ang maganda dun. It's the community work that actually parang attaches them all the more to their fans from Quezon.
And that's really the goal of the MPBL. And give communities or provinces an opportunity para maipakita yung galing ng players nila, but at the same time also build the community.
And you see a lot of that already actually nag-expand na dito sa Quezon Huskers. They do have their junior MPBL teams, which also very similar to how they built this seniors team of the Quezon Huskers.
Gonzalez uses the pick from Sarao. Sarao gets it back against Celso. It's difficult to stop underneath JP Sarao. Those are two players mas matangkad sa kanya, 2-3 inches. And they have no choice but to give up the foul against JP Sarao.
And there's four of them that hindi na stop itong si JP Sarao. Inside and out, he definitely can help out.
Here's the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Matter of fact, si JP Sarao is the third leading scorer para dito sa Quezon Huskers.
Yes, fit in seamlessly dito after a stellar season with Parañaque.
At saka I'd like to think kinuha nila si JP Sarao for this season, you know, so that they have additional guys that can actually post up. They felt that in that finals against Pampago, a steal by LJ.
LJ Gonzalez makes his spirit to pay there for being a bit casual with the basketball. 21-2.
Tagal ng babad ng bola sa bawat player. They're not moving the ball around, and so they're giving, you know, a lot of relaxed time defensively para dito sa Huskers.
And LJ Gonzalez, relentless defensively.
Tsaka using the inside hand.
21-2. McLean Sabilina knocks down the jumper.
Good shot from the outside.
Only the second basket for the Cuyas. Sandagon, the extra pass. Sarao for three. That's off the mark. Rebound. Nakuha ni Espiritu.
Best chance is to push the ball every time that you can against the Huskers. So if you're not, you're just gonna walk it down. Halos walang threat offensively.
Sarao comes up with a steal. Judel. The pass inside. Nice tap by Diego Dario, but it's last touch on Bulacan. I think that was a
That's gonna go Bulacan's.
may pag-overturn ng tawag dito. Magbuhos and Christian Pagaran are in the game for Quezon.
Isa sa mga magagandang nilalaro rin niya ni season si Pagaran. The minutes that he's given the Huskers have really helped them on the floor.
Celso takes the jumper, too strong, rebound Magbuhos. Ahead to Judel Fuentes. The extra pass, Dario is open, book it para kay Diego Dario.
And Diego Dario makes a 3 here. Last game he was 1 out of 3 as well. In that game against Caloocan. So pretty much if you give him that space, he definitely is going to take it.
Diego Dario, former UP Fighting Maroon. Also a Batanguila standout, Benedictos. He has to shoot.
Yeah, he's got to shoot.
It's a shot clock violation.
That ball, paikot-ikot lang doon sa ibabaw. Wala masyadong paint touches. It's tough if that's the way you're gonna play against Quezon.
7 turnovers already para dito sa Bulacan Kuyas in the first 8 minutes of the game. Gabayni has entered the ball game para kay Santagon. Dario to Tamsi, a 3. Yes!
One of the really good shooters para dito sa Quezon Huskers. Tamsi knocks it down. And you mentioned about turnovers. They do have 12 points of turnovers already itong Quezon.
5 of 8 from beyond the arc ang Huskers. 5 made triples in the first 8 minutes of the game. Celso, Espiritu, Sabelina, too strong on the 3. Rebound secured by Diego Dario. Dario looks up. Gabayni against Sabelina. Natapik ni McLean. Dario swings it over to Magbuhos. The handoff. Tamsi. No. And Sabelina grabs the rebound para sa Bulacan.
You gotta score if you're Bulacan. Last game, first quarter nila, 8 points.
Yeah, against Bacolod.
Yeah.
Swerte lang sila nun kasi 6 points lang ang Bacolod kaya lamang pa sila.
Correct.
Now Benedictos is at the line for 2 foul shots.
And I like to think that's why he's there. See this pass right here on that corner feed.
3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. And Benedictos knocks down the first free throw.
Which is why you'd like to think that he's there para sa Kuyas for scoring.
27-5. Magbuhos to Tamsi. Under a minute remaining. Gabayni. The handoff to Pagaran. And Pagaran is fouled by Akop.
Ganda rin talaga ng mga reads na even the other guys from the Quezon Huskers. Just shows you, how they truly play. Catch the ball off a handoff, see if you've got a shot, and pull it up kung nasa area mo.
And there's a challenge here by Coach Terence Reyes. And we will be right back.
The challenge made by Bulacan Cuyas is successful. There was no foul. Retained possession by
So
the
it's a
Quezon
successful challenge for William Martinez, aka Coach Terence Reyes.
Wala nga naman, hindi nga naman tinamaan.
Kaya nga.
Kaya nakasenyas kagad siya ng review eh. Ng challenge.
Perhaps the best thing that has happened to them so far in this ball game. With under a minute remaining
A one challenge.
in the first quarter. Otep Gabayni inside, no good. Tapik is with Bulacan. It's Ako. Gabayni playing D. Counter steal by Benedictos. Reyes a corner. Moves closer, takes the jumper, no good. Pagaran secures the board. Dario, chance for the final shot. Final attempt of the first period. Diego. Step back jumper. Yes! Diego Dario moving oh so smoothly on the floor right now. Ganda ng galaw ni Diego na yun.
Oo, alam niyang within the flow siya this game. Nung matapos na ma-knockdown niya yung una niyang 3-pointers, he's been feeling a good rhythm here.
Well, Quezon, they were locked in right from the tip. In contrast with Bulacan, that seems to, parang hindi sila handa sa laban na to.
Oo. And yung turnovers, really just costing a lot para dito sa Bulacan. And making that as one of the focal point attack para dito sa Quezon Huskers where they got 15 points of turnovers for this lead in the first.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. We are back at the Brenzy Giao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. So Dove Tupas kasama si Mike Perez and Lyra Punsalan bringing you the action. Unang laro tayo dito, Quezon versus Bulacan. Quezon with a 24-point lead at the end of one. Second quarter underway. Acop Celso, Reyes Sabilina, and Benedictos ang lumasa loob for Bulacan. Inside, Gabayni puts it in off the glass.
Kahit yung mga entry pass papunta sa big man, halos hindi na challenge para dito sa Quezon Huskers. And Bulacan Cuyas, 5 points only in the first quarter. This is the second straight game where they scored below 10 points to start the game. Really, the lack of scoring para dito sa Bulacan Cuyas.
Benedictos, that's a wild shot. Rebound ni Magbuhos. The pass ahead, broken up by Reyes. At least they showed great effort there, particularly in si Reyes. The fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
And si Diego Dario actually gave that bounce pass from the backcourt. Didn't even cross the half-court line. For that to pass all the way to the waiting hands down the low block of Joseph Gabayni, it just shows you the kind of pressure na di binibigay nito nga Bulacan Cuyas. Again, another drive inside para kay Joseph.
Gabayni needs a big game of sorts para makabalik siya dito sa kanyang dating form. Magbuhos to Pagaran. Look out! Christian Pagaran with a hammer.
You know already that was coming. Very athletic no? Taas lumundag. Pero very deceiving yung height pag tinignan mo. But he's just that kind of leaper.
Saw him, this is his second dunk na nakita ko this season. One was against Manila in Ilagan. Magbuhos lays it in. Little finger roll action galing kay Vince Magbuhos there.
So far, wala pa napipigilan pagdating sa sa open floor. Itong Bulacan Cuyas. See this drive right here by Magbuhos. He just kept going until he reached the cup.
At determinadong tapusin ni Vince Magbuhos ang drive na yun. And Coach Terence calls timeout. The lead is ballooned to 32. That's our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness.
One of the many fans na naabangan yung mga iba pang laro natin dito mamaya. Especially with Pampanga hosting it later against the Binyan.
Tamsi grabs the offensive rebound. Francis Tamsi, the drop pass. Gabaini had all the time in the world inside the paint.
Again, very little resistance coming from the Cuyas. And it's tough. You're going to play that way against the Quezon Huskers.
Well, the trend, it looks like it might be a 50 to 60 point blowout at the moment.
Oo, totoo. At the rate that they're playing, we were past, 2 minutes already? And they haven't scored yet.
This is the Gixxer great move of the game, born for greatness. They scored 5 in the first, maybe they'll score 10 in the second, or as Pagaran. Look at the reaction galing kay JP Sarao.
Inaantay na rin niya kanina pa, pababa pa lang si Pagaran. Nakaabang na.
Jacob knocks down the J.
Finally a basket here in the second quarter para dito sa Cuyas.
Tamsi to Gabaini. Pagaran, the mid-range jumper. He rattles that one home.
Yun ang maganda kay Pagaran eh. Yung catch, shoot, one dribble pull-up, off a handoff. He's pretty much very good at it. And we've seen that a lot of times in the games that he's played.
Gabaini comes up with the steal. Joseph Gabaini taken away by Reyes. Former teammates Gabaini and Bulacan with Lyceum in the past.
Ah, talaga?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Bulacan, Benedictos from deep. Rebound secured by Gabaini. Magbohos is fouled by Jeb Bulacan.
Iba rin talaga pag nagtakbuhan na itong Quezon Huskers.
A little over a year after suffering that knee injury that against Batangas, Will Gozum, former NCAA MVP, is back in action for the Quezon Huskers. May 26, 2024. Yun ang last game ni Will Gozum.
Oh. And he was such an impact in that game. I remember that. And even how he got that injury. And you feel the support of the fans here of the Huskers once Will came in.
Yeah, Will Gozum, yung as Pagaran is whistle for the travel, yung kanyang rehab, hindi rin talaga minadali eh, no? They really took care of him and worked him, slowly but surely. Now he gets his chance against the Bulacan Cuyas. Chance for him to regain that rhythm And really just finding joy again in playing the game, playing competitive basketball.
Yes. And yun ang very important pagdating sa rehab. You do everything right. You don't rush everything. Wait for that right time for you to say, yeah, he's good. And thankfully, today's that day for Will.
Well, Akop has scored 4 points here.
Yes, he has.
Back-to-back mid-range jumpers. Hierro, a 3. In and out. Rebound, Celso. Umawas. Sabelina. Celso. Umawas again. Drives at Hierro and he lays it in off the glass.
Well, doing so much better scoring itong Bulacan Kuyas here in the second quarter. You get more paint touches. You get more rack attacks.
Wow. So Will Gozum with the reverse, with the off leg right there. Nice to see him back.
Parang di nawala eh.
43 to 11. That play broken up. Gozum ahead to Pagaran. It's back to Will. Will, no. And the tap ends up with Sabelina.
Well, obviously, si Will's trying to ease in himself dito sa game. Maybe a couple more games, fully calibrated na, but you like how he's moving so far here on the floor.
Lagrama. Hierro falls down. Konting bloopers yun para kay Joshua Hierro. Hindi na abutan ng pasa. As they bring you this play of the game from 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
I like that he shot faked that before actually ripping it right side and actually beating the primary defender in Celso going baseline. Good move for Will.
There's the defense there. Mauas will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And one can argue dun sa finals nila last season, what might have been yung kung nandun si Will, ano?
Nandun naman siya.
Nasa ano lang, nasa bench
Hindi
lang.
na siya naglaro. Nandun
Hindi na
naman siya.
naglaro.
Sumama pa nga sa Dubai yan.
Oo nga. Pero on the floor, that's a different story. Iba rin yung leadership kasi ni Will, no?
Yeah, but again, they badly needed size in that matchup against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Not that he will be, matching up with Justin Baltasar, but at least, this is not, Quezon last season. Medyo ano na ngayon medyo they were able to address the problem with the size as Gozum misses the 3. Hierro, Mantagle, topping Lagrama. The shovel pass. Sandagon travel. Naalala ko last year, they actually, yung lineup nila last year, hindi din ganun kalaki compared to this year because they added Sarao and Gabayni to the squad. And Will Gozum also returning.
Yes. Kaya yung itong mga bagong mga Huskers na dumating, the hope is to be able to be that inside presence as well, especially deeper into the playoffs this season.
Marlon Monte able to draw the foul.
Marlon Monte, I remember he's one of those guys that would score mostly here in the MPBL.
And let's go to lineup, Salat.
Excited si Marlon Monte na makabalik sa MPBL matapos ang 2 taon. Galing man siya sa Pro League sa Malaysia at Thailand, iba pa rin daw talaga ang feeling na makapaglaro bilang homegrown ng Bulacan. Iba yung saya na nandito ulit ako para sa probinsya ko, sabi niya. Para kay Marlon, hindi lang ito basta pagbabalik, kundi mission din na maibalik ang pride ng Bulacan at makatulong na tumaas ang standings ng team. Gusto ko patunayan na worth fighting for ang MPBL, dagdag pa niya. With his experience and renewed drive, si Monte ang posibleng maging X-factor ng Bulacan moving forward. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much. No place like home for Marlon Monte. Finding his way back to the MPBL. Naging OFW pala ito si Marlon.
Lumabas ng bansa. And eventually he played there.
Yeah, no, actually he played there.
Okay.
Monte kicks it out to Espiritu. Corner 3 is good.
And I like that mindset, no, to prove something that it's worth it to play again for his town and prove that they can actually compete. They do have games left, and at the very least to show some compete, regardless kung ano maging result ng game.
Lumawas against Hierro. Gino, it's a wild shot again.
Ang hirap nun.
Tagle back to Lagrama. Sandagon running the floor. Foul given up by McLean Sabilina.
Power hop ni Simon attacking the lane. There's really not so much that they've done to stop that move by Simon. He got into that paint easily.
And Mantagle from the corner. Too strong on the three. Nakuha ni Gino Humawas ang rebound. It's a bad pass galing kay Joseph Celso.
Sobrang taas ng pasa. And way beyond the waiting hands of Monte.
Huskers ask for a timeout. They are ahead 43-17 with 2 minutes remaining here in the second period.
Torn ACL. Yung journey ko is physically bearable pero mentally drained. Kasi gusto ko na makatulong sa team, gusto ko na magkaroon nun, pero wala ayun talaga yung plano ni God. So ngayon makakalaro na ako, so hindi ako sobrang excited and hindi rin ako sobrang sad. So ngayon parang nasa mid lang yung emotions ko. So 1 year and 12 days. So yan. For sure, maninibago ako for sure. Yun nga, like yung sinabi ko kanina, so kailangan ko talaga ng timing and ng rhythm.
Timing and rhythm from Will Gozum. Yan yung hinahanap niya as he feels his way back for the Quezon Huskers. And gusto ko yung sinabi niya dun, Coach Mike, yung about having being not too excited but also not too sad about it. Parang really a mark of a mature player.
Oh, just staying even keel and understanding the situation at kung anong kailangan pang gawin. And I like also the acceptance of, hindi biglaan to, unti-untiin natin ito.
Fuentes gets it back to Sarao. Rush the shot. Sarao, nice hustle by Will Gozo, leading to that basket para kay JP Sarao, who has 8 points in the game. It's 45-17.
JP's been relentless inside the paint, not giving any easy opportunities for defensive rebounds, crashing the offensive board and scoring.
Celso fires. Too strong. A foul whistled on Judel Fuentes. And that rebound.
Medyo nagkatulakan bago na-secure yung defensive rebound na yun.
Will Gozo goes back to the bench. Balik si Simon Sandagon on the floor. 14 to shoot. Baseline inbound for Bulacan. Monte fires. Book it para kay Marlon Monte. It's really his specialty. Ito si Marlon Monte, yung kanyang ability to hit from the perimeter.
Yes. Tsaka ang ganda ng scoring nila dito sa quarter compared to the first one.
Mantagle. Mintis ang kanyang tres. LJ Gonzalez. Nearly lost it. LJ. Finds Sarao. Hesitated a bit there. Tagle. No good. Kala ko, papasok na.
That shot looked good, but better defensive effort para dito sa Cuyas in that possession.
They actually played playing very well here in the second quarter.
Yes, 15 points already here. after scoring just 5 to start the game.
And kahit nakapako din siya sa 5 points kanina for a while
Parang nakascore sila, parang 7 minutes something. When Akop knocked down that first couple of points to start the second para dito sa Kuya.
They've also, forced penalty on Quezon, and that means free throws. Pero mintis ang una galing kay Marlon Monte. Oh, 0 for 2 for Marlon. Sandagon saves it only to LJ Gonzalez. 6-second differential, game clock and shot clock. LJ. 8 seconds. 5 seconds to shoot. Sarao. Tagle, the extra pass. Judel. A foul whistle dun humawas. Fuentes had a shot there. He's trying to go back to the middle, to the high wing.
Gusto mag-escape dribble
Gonzalez launches, and that will do it. Yung unang dalawang quarters natin dito ay tapos na. Quezon imposing their will against Bulacan. Bulacan making a bit of headway in the second period, but nonetheless, it's the Huskers who are in command, 45-20 at the end of the first half.
I came from nothing. Just a small boy from streets of General Santos City. No shoes, no food, no chance, just a dream in my heart. From flyweight to junior middleweight, 8 divisions. Thank you. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang bawat Pilipinong nangangarap at lumalaban. This is our victory. This is our story. And the best is yet to come.
Welcome back to the MPBL. It is halftime of our first game between the Bulacan Kuyas and the Quezon Huskers. I'm Lyra Punsalan at kasama ko po ngayon ang assistant coach ng Quezon Huskers, Coach Jeric Teng. Coach Jeric, as a defensive team, how do you make sure that each player is attending to their individual roles?
Well, it starts sa practice, no? We had a long time to prepare for this game. And sa practice talaga, the boys are giving their 100%, especially on defense. Tsaka, ayun, that's the point of emphasis in this game. Wala magre-relax sa depensa.
And I talked to these players and every one of them is saying kung gaano talaga ka-emotionally supportive ang bawat isa. How does the coaching staff help build on that culture?
Well, it's about our culture, yung team culture namin. It's about supporting one another and having a common goal is to win the championship.
Thank you so much, Coach Jeric. Any greetings?
Siyempre, binabati namin ang lahat-lahat ng mga tiga Quezon na sumusuporta sa team namin. Siyempre po, binabati rin namin ang aming team owners, Governor Dr. Helen Tan, Congressman Attorney Mike Tan, Boss RD Ronel Tan, Bokal Doc Kim Tan, Doc Camille Tan, sila Malik, Kobe, Calix, siyempre si Mayor Ralph Lim, ang aming team manager, si Attorney Don Kapunan. Siyempre po, sa lahat ng mga kababayan ko dyan sa Gumaka, Quezon, kita-kita po tayo. Sana po tuloy-tuloy yung pagsuporta sa team namin. Talagang gagawin na namin yung best to get each win sa aming mga nilalaro.
Maraming salamat, Coach Jeric Tan of the Quezon Huskers. MPBL will be back.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. That is the most spectacular one-punch set of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career. And he fights his way off and goes down again. Straight left lands for Manny. Does he have Cotto in trouble? Manny Pacquiao is a storm. Huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he backs the straight left hand. And there's the punching bell. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. Landing with both right and left hands. This is why we use the word sensation.
Lastimosa, foot on the line. Still no go, and Larry Rodriguez doing a terrific
What a
job.
pass.
Wow! And Tolentino with a finish. Saktong-sakto.
I don't know who that was, but it looked to be Larry Patrick Mahomes Rodriguez.
Hindi ba Tom Brady yun? What a pass.
Ang mahirap pa sa pasa na yon, got the rebound in traffic, halos malapit na siya dun sa baseline, no, sa linya ng binyan. But the look ahead sa kabilang court, and obviously yung pag-execute ng pasa.
Pinan went too early. Gives an opportunity for Batangas, but Keith Pido getting the steal. Enough time for Pasig City. 5 seconds remaining. Manalang gets it back. Warlo Batak. Tax Bindel lays it up and in to beat the buzzer.
The young Warlo Batak making the right decision, not going for the three-point shot. He knew that he had it in him to be able to beat the clock by attacking the basket and still getting a high percentage shot.
Turco, it ends up as a turnover. Takbo si Jeff Comia. Comia stays in control, and Comia with a beautiful finish.
Sometimes you think that he's already out of control, but he really is in control. Gets another wily shot right there to not just entertain the crowd here, but to also extend this Davao lead.
Ano ba yun? Semi-Smithy ba yun?
Yeah, looking one way and going the other.
Moralde misses the layup.
Trying to fish for a foul, 2-on-1 coming up.
Sumido! Oh, under cannon.
Pumatay ng lamok dun sa palpal na yun. Kita mo naman yung palpal na to, determinado. Uy, back-to-back blocks yun, ha?
Oh, dalawa.
By Mr. Cannon.
Well, Cannon has had a few highlights this season. No? Yung mga palpal niya.
Forward pass Perumingan to Chauca. Back to Tricky. Behind the back. Oh, what a pass to Sam Peralta for the deuce.
Practically a give and go. Tricky Peromingan gives it up to Val Chauca, then gets it back, and then another pass, a spectacular one behind the back to Sam Peralta.
Kamson as well.
Sa laki ni Kamson, no? Oftentimes he would expect a strong finish. That time, little finesse.
Caballero finds Kamson! Basket and one. What a pass from Caballero to Eric Kamson. Terrific finish galing kay Eric
So
Kamson.
itong kombinasyon na to by Keanu and Eric ngayong gabi has been really effective.
Went through it. The defense. Oh!
What a shot to beat the buzzer. How about that from Kit Jimenez?
Kit Jimenez already with a bunch of points in this game. Still 3 seconds. That definitely is gonna count para kay Kit Jimenez.
John Fa with a steal. 8 minutes left. John Fa switching hands in midair, and now has established his new career high of 26 points.
Determined. This kid, he will move heaven and earth just to try and carry his team. After that missed basket, you get the stop again, but now it's back to a 60-point lead.
Wow! Where did that come from? Lawrence Paul Victoria gliding, hanging, and finishing. Look at this move.
Woo-wee! Me, oh my. Lawrence Paul Victoria.
Yan ang inaabangan ng mga tao dito.
Nabuhay ang Pasay Astrodome.
Castro with the ball. 4-second differential. Game clock and shot clock. Cuevas drives. It's short. Osicos to Espiritu. And Bulacan with a chance to win this game. Sumido. 5 seconds. JR Sumido with the runner. Oh! JR Sumido with a basket to give Bulacan the lead and possibly their first win of the season.
Kakaiba yung tapang na pinakita ni JR Sumido ron. But this running shot Momentum carrying him to the left side. Could be the possible game winner.
Big time plays from the Kuyas here down the stretch. Halftime here at the Brenzigal Convention Center, where the Quezon Huskers have a 45-20 lead against Bulacan, and Quezon got off to a really good start, and before Bulacan sort of woke up in the second period. Bulacan only 5 points in the first period, and then had 15 in the second. So kahit papano na itapyas nila yung kalamangan, but it's still a big lead of 25 para dito sa Huskers.
Yes, totoo yan. And yung 15 points na yun, so much better than how they started this game. And the rebounds have been a +8 favor for Quezon, and +7 naman pagdating sa assists. Just better ball movement and control of the glass. But it's really the points of turnovers that spells the difference. 13 turnovers ang na-force nitong Quezon on Bulacan, to which they got 21 points out of it. And so if you're Bulacan, you want to win, you got to take better care of the ball and compete a little bit more, just like how you did in the second.
Oh, so JP Sarao was locked in right from the get-go, 8-point shot, and then Gabayni came off the bench with 6 points, and Diego Dario added 5. Judel Fuentes has 5. Starting para sa kanila, and sa kabila naman Gino Humawas and the returning Marlon Monte with 5 points apiece. Aaron Acop and Marlon Espiritu combining for 7. So not a lot of points for Bulacan, so not a lot of scorers as well.
That's right. And so yun ang kailangan talaga nila ngayon. I say get more touches for guys like Jumawas, Acop, Monte, and even Harold Benedictos, who I feel is a good scorer from the outside.
It's not really the touches, but Coach, I think it's more of just, being able to attack.
Tsaka yun nga, yung paint touches, mas maganda na ng second quarter. Na nagsesettle sila sa pasa-pasa sa taas without really looking to attack.
Gabanal, Sandagon spins, unable to score on that layup. Well defended by McLean Sabilina.
Kahit yung fast break, hindi ganun kabilis may pagkakataon takbuhan, pero inaantay makababa yung Quezon Huskers.
Monte, the extra pass to Celso. Parang nagbagong anyo itong Bulacan
Might be the best play so far para dito sa Bulacan Kuyas.
Whole game.
Oh, yeah.
Might be the best play of the whole game. Assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Drawing a defender and feeding off the big man in Celso on the other side. Better na talaga yung nagiging movement nila.
45-22. Banal. Draws closer. Labas kay LJ Gonzalez. Late shot clock situation for Quezon. LJ, Espiritu has done a terrific job on LJ there. Now Marlon Monte, dire-diretso. He lays it in.
Saka mas ramdam mo na yung depensa ng Bulacan Kuyas dito to start the third quarter. And they're staying in front of the Quezon Huskers.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig, free installation for split-type air conditioners. Joseph Celso had a double-double against Bacolod, 20 points and 14 rebounds for the big man.
Tsaka nakakita mo rin talagang tumatrabaho si Celso in that game.
Head of Operations Emer Oreta and Head of Security Rudy Distrito already here in the building. Ito yung nalampasan namin yung traffic kanina dun sa NLEX.
Oo.
Naabutan ka ba nun, Coach?
Pinabutan ako. My ETA moved from parang 2:15 to 3:30, naging 3:40.
Oo, para halos pareho tayo. Kasi, tapos nung nakita ko, nalagpasan ko na, tigil muna ako. Umawas. Banal is right there. LJ with the steal. And Gonzalez is all alone for the finger roll.
And then, isa na namang turnover yan. Pang 14 para dito sa Bulacan Kuyas. They give another couple of points there.
That's a foul on LJ Gonzalez. I tell you, Marlon Espiritu was not this intense at the start of the game. Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Marlon Monte up against Gabanal. Monte. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Monte. There's a blocking foul on JP Sarao.
Tsaka kahit pa paano maganda ang response ng Bulacan Kuyas dito compared to the previous quarters. And tama ka si Espiritu, iba yung end dito sa third quarter. Anyway, he was getting pressured by LJ near half court pero hindi nararattle.
He was lackluster in the first half. Umawas, the step through, masyadong malakas. Gabanal with the rebound. And tinamaan si Gabanal for that loose ball foul on Gino Humawas.
Really, for the most part, just one attempt that's given Bulacan Kuyas, and pretty much the kind of defense that the Huskers always have in games that they play.
Judel short on the 3. Rebound with Sandagon. Sarao. Naman kay Celso. Nice spin. JP Sarao. He's fouled. 2 free throws coming up for JP Sarao.
Ganda mag-set up ng middle footwork papunta sa gitna nito ni JP Sarao, only to end up with that baseline drop step.
Sarao at the line. Free throw of the game brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Misses the first free throw. JP Sarao already with 10 points and 4 rebounds in this game. 1 for 2. 11 points para kay JP Sarao.
74% free throw shooter, JP Sarao. So end game talagang isa siya sa mga gusto mong mapunta dun sa line.
Espiritu picks up his dribble. Now with Marlon Monte. Monte drives and the whistle going against Simon Sandagon.
Ito maganda para dito again sa mga ginagawa ng Bulacan Kuyas now. Recognizing cross matches and understanding positional advantage on the floor. You have Simon Sandagon outside guarding against Marlon Monte. That's got to be a foot speed opportunity for Monte, which he took and eventually got fouled on the way to the cup.
Mintis ang una from Marlon Monte. 0 for 2 for Marlon.
Well, he hasn't missed from the field yet, ano? It's 2 out of 2.
Dario to Sarao. JP for 3. Got it.
Favorite spot, top of the key, straight line 3.
I gotta like how JP Sarao has expanded his game over the years dito sa MPBL. McLean Sabelina with a finish off the feed from Marlon Monte. Dario turns on the Jets. The kick out to Banal. Another 3. Book it para kay Gab Banal. That's his second 3 of the ball game. He's got 6 points.
And that sequence was really initiated by Diego Dario, attacking the paint. Once he got that paint touch, to see if he's got a scoring opportunity or a three-point shooter on the board reversal, which nakita niya si Gab, and Gab made that 3.
So pushing foul on Diego Dario. Assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And Quezon already over the limit here in the third period as Espiritu gets the first one to drop.
At saka yung slow-mo na yung kanina, makikita mo pangalawang pagkakataon na yun that Monte actually used his foot speed against Simon Sandagon.
Simon Sandagon, now that we're seeing McLean Sabelina, parang nakikita ko rin mga similarity sa laro nila, no? Parehong athletic. Mas veterano na to si McLean, medyo matagal-tagal na rin to, no?
Tsaka parehong may reach, no? Haba rin ang wingspan.
Monte able to draw the foul. Banana to stop the fast break. 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Good kick right there to the waiting hands of Gab Banal.
Marlon Monte with 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists so far.
And Gab Banal has gone 2 out of 4 from 3. After going 1 out of 3 in their previous game against Caloocan.
56-28 ang ating talaan dito. Monte does not get the bounce. 28-point lead for Bulacan. Dario finds Banal underneath. Magbohos. Diego Dario is fouled by McLean Sabelina. Wala pa sa penalty ang Bulacan.
Ang ganda ng pagkaka-execute ng middle ball screen na yun, where there was a backdoor underneath from the corner. That really is how you play a numbers game, especially yung one guy covering 2 men.
Dario, left-handed scoop. Won't go. Rebound ni McLean Sabelina. Aaron Acop is back on the floor. Sabelina. The handoff to Reyes. Reyes now with McLean. Libre si Acop, but he goes to Celso. Short on the jumper. Gabayni secures the rebound. Banal. Judel is open. Fuentes lumapit. Jumper won't go. And McLean Sabelina with another rebound.
And so far, mas maganda yung kinikilos talaga nitong Kuyas. You see more force, more sharpness in their cuts.
Monte off the mark. Rebound ni Judel. And Fuentes. Magbuhos with a finish. 4 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And the Quezon Huskers are up by 30. A no-look pass from Judel to Vince.
And Sabelina really lost Vince Magbuhos on that run down the floor. And just an easy pass for Jadel Fuentes to feed off Vince.
Fan of the game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. That's Ms. Sam Corrales, the fiancé of our good friend Diego Dario of the Quezon Huskers. Always very supportive. Si Sam, sabay daw sila ni Diego pumunta dito.
So na traffic din sila.
Malamang. Aaron Acop. He's got a really good jumper ito si Aaron Acop, ha?
Yeah, agree. He's got, what, 4 points or 6 points already in this game.
All from mid-range jumpers.
Agree.
Tamsi knocks down the 3. Second 3 of the game para kay Al Tamsi. Celso bigay kay Marlon Monte. Yero nakabantay. Monte had to force it. Rebound ni Gabayni. It's with Diego Dario. Magbuhos. Yero inside. He banks it in.
Ano mahirap bantayan sa side na yun. Vince Magbuhos and Joshua Yero on the same side of the floor. Both can take threes, both can finish, both can go to the paint and finish strong.
Acop picks up his dribble. Celso, well challenged by Gabayni. Rebound secured by Tamsi. Gabayni will not get on the end of the pass as Tamsi forced that pass to Joseph Gabayni.
Minadali rin ni Al Francis.
Topeng Lagrama is back on the floor with his size 8.5 shoes.
Yun na rin yung sasabihin ko. 8.5, di ba? 8.5.
8.5 sabi ko, yan yung mga nakasay lagi eh. Yung sizes na yan eh.
Kasi mga mahihirap yung colorway.
Oo. Swerte to si Topeng eh.
Parang may kilala pa ako, isa rin, size 8 din eh.
Saan? Player din? MPBL? Ay, hindi! Hindi player yan!
Ano ba, size 6?
Ha? Hindi siya player, size 8 siya. Oo nga pala, binigyan mo pala ng sapatos eh.
Oo.
Gabayni knocks down the baseline jumper. He's got 8 points, Joseph Gabayni. Almost a steal. Bulacan with a recovery and a foul on the Huskers.
And you like how Monte is actually competing for the Bulacan Kuyas. Every time he's got an opportunity to attack, ina-atake niya.
Hindi naman, hindi, yung kay Marlon Monte, SGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Yung kay Marlon Monte, at least nakaka-create siya ng opportunity para sa kanya at sa kanyang mga teammates.
Totoo yun. Ang challenge lang sa kanya is instead of drawing that second defender towards him, he's actually dribbling towards a second defender. Kaya for the most part, mahirap na yung pasa niya or yung shot niya.
Benedictos is in the game for Marlon Monte, who had a stellar stint so far. 15 minutes si Marlon, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Parang siya nagdala dito. Bulacan. Magbuhos may have traveled, but Tamsi Bintis ang kanyang tres. Celso almost got his pocket picked by Lagrama. Akop unable to score in the lane. Hindi jump shot eh.
Push shot.
Push shot eh. So, hindi pumasok. Kailangan talaga jump shot para sa kanya.
Mas swabing tingnan yung jump shot niya eh. Tsaka may nadali rin dahil may depensa ng parating.
And he's got size for a guard. Ito si Aaron Akop.
Agree.
No, offensive foul. Kanino ko itatawag yun ni referee Edmar Avis?
Tamsi.
Al Tamsi ang pituhan doon. 63 seconds remaining in the third period. Meron Akop. Dadala ng bola dito for Bulacan. Benedictos. Tightly guarded by Hierro. Now Akop. 10 seconds. Benedictos nowhere to go. Celso will fire. That's an air ball. Akop saves it to Bulawan. He gets it back. Inside to Celso. And a foul on Gabayni.
Ganda rin ng vision, ha?
Pretty sure they'll... There's a little bit of frustration on the Quezon bench there. Out-hustle sila doon.
Oh, there's a last shot attempt. They could have gotten a live turnover. An opportunity to score their side of the floor.
Celso has 5 points. And he goes 2 for 2. Only 2 rebounds para kay Celso to go with the 6 points. A far cry from his performance last week against Bacolod. Magbohos pulls the trigger. Benedicto secures the rebound and Gabayni again whistled for the personal.
Sayang, ang layo pa, no? And Joseph Gabayni committing another foul, and Benedictus now goes to the line.
And Benedictus could not convert on the first free throw. That time, hindi na siya na masyadong nagtagal sa free throw line. Tinira niya agad. Pwede palang ganun eh.
Parang may lakad.
65-36. Turnover for Quezon. A chance for Bulacan to trim the deficit here.
I'm sure the coaches don't like those last 2 possessions for the Huskers here. Good steal.
Jaime Reyes. They have time. Magbuhos. Tamsi. He will not get there in time. And 3 quarters down. The Huskers on their way to another victory. Pero may isa pa tayong period dito. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
As the Huskers continue to execute, pero very yung effort nitong Bulacan Kuya, so much better. This is their best scoring quarter so far. They got 16 points in the third, but they still trail 65-36.
Back inside the Brenzy Giao Convention Center for our 4th quarter ng ating unang laro dito sa MPBL Season 7. It's our Wednesday triple header. Here still with us, Dev Tupas, Mike Perez, and Lyra Ponsalan. It's 65-36 for the Quezon Huskers. But bola ng Bulacan as we begin the fourth. Quarter scoring here, Coach Mike.
Yeah, best scoring quarter nga itong third quarter for Bulacan with 16, and the second time that Quezon has actually hit 20 points after going 26 in the 29 in the first quarter.
A good job running the floor there para kay Joseph Gabayni.
Actually, pag tinignan mo yung stats nitong Bulacan, a lot of the guys are actually shooting very well. 50% for the most part.
They're just taking less attempts because they take a lot of time.
That's right.
Espiritu tracks down the miss and nails the jumper.
There you go. Even Espiritu is going to his middies.
67 to 41. Will Gozum is back on the floor. Gabayni. Tamsi was waved off. LJ Gonzalez and Christian Pagaran are returning. And this dead ball, tingnan natin nangyari dito. Balawan comes up with the rebound off the miss. Espiritu. Nakalusot. No go. Sabilina back out to Espiritu. Humawas. Wants a pick from Bulawan. Gino. No. The tap ends up with Tamsi. Lagrama head to Gozu. Will. Dire-diretso. Oh, no good. But the tip galing kay Joseph Gabayni.
That take-off looked good.
Yeah, they were seeing shades of that the old Will Gozum there.
Parang Jumeli pa no? Bago tinapos eh. They just didn't have enough spin to it, but you like how he actually ran the floor and elevated. Look at this here. Ganda na pagkaka-elevate eh.
Doon naman papasok yung timing ni Will, no? Kung when he speeds up and sa kanyang pakiramdam, the game is a lot slower.
Yes.
LJ.
Tsaka yung pag-decelerate ba, especially as you approach the rim.
The steal and the layup para kay LJ Gonzalez. Bulawan in trouble. That's a backcourt violation.
And kanina I was looking at Coach Eric earlier, previous to these couple of plays. Alam mo nang pagbalik talagang dedepensahan. He wanted more pressure defensively on the Kuyas.
Sandagon gets it to Pagaran. Top of the key, Will Gozum. Goes to Banal. Right wing three. Banal. That's 3 3-pointers para kay Banal.
Pretty good percentage. 3 of 5.
Ang ganda rin ang stroke ni Gabe.
Yes.
Sabelina, umawas. Atake si Gino. Layup is good. He's into double figures. Gino Humawas with 10 points. Pagaran to Gozu. Inside, Sandagon. It's the 2 points against Jeb Bulawan. Aaron Akop drives the kick out. Humawas, ball fake. Down the middle, Gino is fouled. 2 free throws coming up para kay Gino Humawas. Second team foul for Quezon. Gino Humawas misses the first free throw. Free throw of the game is brought to you by Stream Appliances. Ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. And missed out on a slam there, and Banal did not get on the end of that pass. Masyado malakas galing kay Christian Pagaran. Would have been spectacular here. Nabitawan ni Simon Sandagon at the final moment.
Oh, nawala yung grip.
Sabelina, no good. Poked away yung bola ng Bulacan. Fresh 14 for them. Sabelina fakes the handoff. Labas kay Marlon Monte. 8 seconds to work with. Marlon drives. Bulawan inside. Sabelina. Nice interior passing. Galing sa Bulacan, Kuyas.
Yan, dami na nating nakikitang ganyang pagkakataon dito sa Bulacan, Kuyas here in the second half. And they do have that interior passing here in the second half.
Would be a dangerous bunch. You know, yung ganitong lalaroin nila Monte lagi. You know? At Sarao misses. Banggaan pa sila ni Gab Banal dun.
Pinahihirapan rin sa loob ng paint itong Quezon Huskers ng Kuyas.
5:40 remaining in our ball game. It will stay with Bulacan here. Akop on the move. Fade away, won't go. Celso. Mukhang mananatili sa Bulacan ng bola.
.30 difference between these two.
Yeah, nga, no? Celso, jumper, in and out. Rebound ni Sandagon. Gonzalez. Pagaran was wide open.
Hindi nakita.
Sarao inside. A foul on Celso. 2 free throws para kay JP Sarao.
Credit sa mga big man ng Bulacan, Kuyas. Kahit pa paano, pinahihirapan yung action sa loob.
Alam mo, I think last week, no, when they went up against Bacolod, one of the reasons why na hindi makalay up nga ito sila JC Adje, sila Janjan Pastas, because ang lakas nila ni presence nila Celso. And the 30-point lead still para sa Quezon Huskers. Will be right back. Get a special deal for 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. And LJ Gonzalez finished with 17 points against Caloocan. 7 rebounds and 4 assists. A little quiet tonight, pero still making an impact. 9 points, 2 rebounds and 3 steals. And yung mga steal pa dyan dito, maliban sa yan, harap-harapan ni kay Marlo Espiritu. And for more on LJ, let's go to Lyra Punsala.
LJ Gonzalez continues to shine not just with his skills but with his mindset. Sa bawat laro, sinisigurado niyang nag-e-enjoy siya. Ayoko pong maramdaman ng trabaho to share. Dapat passion palagi. And that joy in the game is what keeps him sharp and consistent. Iba rin daw ang kultura sa Quezon, grounded in unity, maturity, and a shared philosophy that each player embraces. Kapag may isang bumagsak, parang buong team apektado. Kaya talagang effort kaming lahat to lift each other up. For LJ, it's not just about individual performance, it's about feeding off each other's energy to fuel their collective drive. Back to you guys.
Hey, so much, Lyra. Pinasok ni JP Sarao yung pangalawang free throw. So it's now a 31-point advantage and a pressure here on the backcourt.
Taas pa rin ang depensa ng Quezon Huskers.
Refusing to let up itong Quezon Huskers.
Isang maganda pagkakataon rin itong ma-drill yung kanilang mga defensive schemes.
Well, at least may marked improvement for Bulacan in the last 2 quarters. Aaron Akop backs in the 3.
Ibang klase yung release no.
He's got 9 points.
Tsaka steady pag tumira, no?
Yeah. I think he'll contribute a lot moving forward. dito sa Bulacan. Sarao saves it. 8 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Eman Tagle. Jumper. Money para kay Eman.
One of the really good shooters for Quezon Huskers, Eman Tagle.
Marlon Monte in a rush. McLean Sabelina. Yero takes out Celso. Little retaliation there. Kaling kay Yero. Bumagsak siya dito sa pick ni sa harap natin eh.
Pero sabay na sabay din si Celso talaga eh, no? Kahit na foot speed, getting inside the paint. Tsaka lakas nga ng katawan, katulad ng pagkwentuhan natin kanina.
And Sarao, maybe his last stint on the floor. 15 points and 6 rebounds. Gozo flying in.
And
I like the bounce, no? Ganda ng bounce ng galaw ni Will Gozo.
yeah, yun rin sasabihin ko. A couple of really good moves and iba yung ano. Kumbaga, nandun yung level of kumpiyansa eh. Sa mga lundag niya.
And Akop out well. Tingnan mo ang galaw dito. Nice pass, Eman Tagle. Pagaran. Setting up Will Gozo for our assist of the game, brought to you by 1xBet. Title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And you like how he handled yung pag-decelerate with that 1-2 stop before he went up and elevated for that layup.
10 puntos na para kay Aaron Akop.
Tsaka binibigay ni Will Gozo yung mga grab and go situation, you know. And he gets the rebound, he can actually run the floor and be the primary decision maker. (81-51). Yero is wide open from the corner, in and out. Diego Dario pulls up. Nice play.
Marlon Monte again.
His favorite side of the floor, that right side. On a ball on the floor action.
Eman Tagle wide open. No. Umauas does not have the numbers, but he takes it in anyway. Monte misses on the tip-in. Will Gozum. Diego Dario for 3. Eman Tagle with the rebound. Yero. Sevilla. Yes.
A good flash middle. To relieve the pressure and take the shot. Ganda talaga ng release ni Akop.
And good save. Eman Tagle, foot on the line.
Pass was too loud and Joshua Yero tried to save it. See the coaching staff of the Quezon Huskers.
And 83-53, still a 30-point advantage. Parang dyan na lang, no, simula nung nagka-abante, itong Quezon Huskers in the second quarter, no, medyo dyan na lang din naglaro yung kalamangan dito ng Quezon.
At saka paganda ng paganda kahit paano yung production nila. 15, 16, 17. And you notice how kumbaga mas nagugustuhan mo yung effort nitong Bulacan Kuyas. Could have started out a little bit stronger for them.
Mintis ang pangalawa. Monte with the rebound. Aaron Akop from the corner. No good. Tagle taps it to Dario. Gozum. No good on the dunk. And Tagle saves the day with the cleanup.
Yan yung timing na mention mo kanina. Ang kailangan makalibrate pa ni Will. But again, he's got good hops so far on his first game back.
Oo, maganda. but at the very least, he's getting a nice run out.
Agree.
Dario. Gozo. Open. Three-pointer. No good. Akop with the rebound. Humawas. Humawas jacks up the three. Inside. Marlon Monte. Basket and one.
Marlon Monte winning that battle against Eman Tagle. He was able to score.
85 to 56. This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Monte. Alam ni Marlon Monte saan
Monte pa.
saan ano yun eh, saan babagsak ang bola ng missed free throw niya eh.
Alam niya malakas yung tira niya. Sinusundan talaga eh. Marlon Monte, he's got 13 points so far in this game.
Well, he's missed a handful of free throws though.
Oh, 4 of 11 siya eh. But the field has been pretty good. 4 of 7. Not for those missed free throws.
Dario. Gozo flashing middle. Dario knocks down the jumper. Lead is up to 31. Humawas. The drive. 2 free throws coming up for Gino Humawas.
At the line for 2, Gino Humawas.
Gino Humawas. 11 points para sa kanya in this ball game. Gets the first one to drop.
So far 3 of 5 niya sa free throw. Oh boy, they do miss his scoring earlier in the first quarter especially.
$87 to 58. Pressure here from Bulacan. That's a foul on Gino Humawas. May pressure palang ganito, Bulacan.
Oh. $29.
After trailing by 29.
Mm-hmm.
50 seconds remaining. Just the third team foul for Sevilla. Able to score. Nagaw pa ni Joshua Yero. Tagle gets it to Gozo. Will for 3. That's short. Akop to Humawas. A foul given up by Yero.
I say they give Will one more shot at the 3. Those couple of shots look good.
Intis ang free throw ni Humawas. We have 24.9 seconds remaining. All over but the final score here. Coach Mike and Quezon will most likely will get their the 12th win of the season.
And with this impending win, they'll be on a 2-game win streak after winning over Caloocan last time.
Jaime Reyes comes in para kay Gino Humawas, who was fouled out. Diego Dario is at the line. Trying to add to his tally. 8 puntos na para kay Diego Dario. Feeling right at home here with the Huskers. 2 for 2 for Jex. 91 to 59. Monte in a rush. And he puts it in. Doesn't look like they'll take a shot anymore, the Quezon Huskers. And it looks like the Quezon Huskers right here picking up win number 12 in their first 15 games of the season. They improved to 12-3 after dropping the Bulacan Kuyas here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center. Nice way to ease in. Itong si Will Gozum after that injury that sidelined him for 1 year and 12 days. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. JP Sarao is our best player of the game with 15 points to go with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Pretty much setting the tone for a really strong push galing sa Quezon Huskers right from the get-go. Kitang-kita natin yung ganadong-ganado ito si JP Sarao.
Oh, very early in the game, you already saw how he wanted to be controlling the match, and eventually this win for the Huskers.
Final score here in San Fernando, Pampanga. Quezon 91, Bulacan 61. Lyra Punsalan is with JP.
Thank you, Sidelf. JP, sinabi mo kanina na maganda ang naging intensity ng mga training nyo lately. How were you able to translate that intensity sa laro mo ngayon?
Siguro yung pagiging competitive ng bawat isa. Kasi sa amin, ang nangyayari, walang gusto magpatalo. So, natadala namin yung competitive desire ng bawat isa sa game namin. So, ngayon napakita namin pati yung intensity na dala namin.
And talking about that competitive desire, how did this matchup prepare you sa mga susunod nyo pang laban against Parañaque at Jensan?
Actually, malaking bagay ito. Confidence booster sa bawat isa. And nagamit lahat. And nakita natin na bumalik na si Will. Malaking bagay yon para sa amin and for the team.
Any greetings, JB?
Una sa lahat, thank you kay Lord sa panalong binigay niya. And thank you po kay Governor Helen Tan, Boss RD, Kong Mike, Doc Kim Tan, at saka kay Mayor Ralph. At saka yung family ko sa Cavite, sa pamangkin ko, si Riley, hello. Sa family ng girlfriend ko, sa girlfriend ko, si Eliza, hi. Tapos yung mga kaibigan ko, sa Dimasalang, si B, si Peli, advance happy birthday kay Peli, belated happy birthday kay Saban. Tsaka sa mga hindi ko nabate, pasensya na kayo. Kila Anteng, Kirby, Cyrus, sa mga anak nila. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa amin, lalo na sa mga taga Quezon. Huwag sana kayo magsawa.
Maraming salamat, JP Sarao of the Quezon Huskers. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Lyra, and congratulations kay JP Sarao. Another strong performance para kay JP as he leads Quezon to their 12th win of the season. JP's former team, the Parañaque Patriots, struggling at the moment. Only 1-13 ang kanilang record. They take on the Basilan Star Wars, who are trying to get back on the winning track. That's coming right up dito lang sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. This is the MPBL.